Guys, Hong Curly here from Imperial Doctor. I want to talk about the very popular topic of ascension. Lots of people talk about it. And I just want to make this video to remind people that going forward into the fifth dimension, what it requires of us is our sincerity and is our honesty. Okay? We can't lie to ourselves anymore. We can't lie to our soul. We can't lie to our creator. We can't lie to our quantum field. Whatever that it emits out of your state of being is exactly what is going to attract the same type of frequency to come into your orbit. And then together, you then manifest your reality. So it's very destructive to talk about ascension just as a concept. When you talk about ascension as a concept without your physical experience of ascension, you are literally ripping yourself off of the greatest opportunity to grow. Your soul is waiting for you to be embodied back into your physical body so you can ascend together. You cannot ascend without your soul particle come back to you. Okay? Step one of ascension is for you to have soul embodiment. Otherwise, you are no different from this piece of rock. First step of ascension is for you to recognize your identity. Who are you? Are you just this meat? Are you just this flesh, bone and blood? Or do you have something else? It's impossible for you to ascend when you are stuck in your physical realm. That is just a very small part of you. It's the physical manifestation of the invisible realm of your own existence. So step one of an ascension journey is for you to acknowledge, allow, and accept your divine identity. Now, lots of people only functions at roughly about 5 to 10% of the soul in their body. The other 90% has been splitted off because you don't want to know about certain traumatic experiences, so you split off your soul particle and so it's scattered everywhere. So step one of your ascension journey is to call back all those soul particles so you could be soul embodied. Just remember, you cannot so-called ascend without soul particle coming back into your body. The soul particles are exactly what makes the manifestation of your more awakened DNAs. Your DNA is biophotonic, meaning it communicates with light language. It does not communicate in English or Chinese or Russian. It does not communicate with man-made language. It communicates with a type of frequency of light. It communicates with a type of frequency of sound. So step one of the ascension process is for you to recognize your identity, decide your divine identity. This is your step one. If you don't do this step, there's no ascension. If you have a density, a complete dense body, how are you going to ascend? I've made a video about the fact that we are like a hot air balloon. And when you carry so much baggage, when you connect with so many soul contracts, when you are still trapped in a cycle of karma, and you are taking on all your ancestral traumas with you and vows curses, soul contracts. When you have so much baggage, you can't ascend. How can you? There's 20 horses pulling you backwards. So if you haven't done that already, please don't talk about ascension as if you've got it. You have to be really sincere and very honest about this. And how do you find out where you are at? Go to examine your feelings and your emotions. Touch your heart and be very sincere and ask yourself, am I holding any grudges about anything, about anyone? Am I still trapped in a cycle of victimhood? So you have to listen to yourself whenever you say something, whenever you complain about something, whenever you are ungrateful about something, whenever you accuse someone for doing something to you, whenever you declare that you are a victim of something, you are trapped in a third dimensional cycle. You are trapped in a law of cause and effect. For you to ascend, you must go beyond the law of cause and effect. The law of cause and effect is going to trap you in a third dimension. For you to go into the fifth dimension, you have to go above and beyond that law. And what determines your reality? Nothing else except the level of your consciousness. It's as simple as that. The level of your consciousness determines your reality. Your perception is your reality. Whatever you perceive to be is your truth. Not my truth, your truth, your version of the truth. So there's no ultimate truth, is there, in a third dimension? That's why the war is there. That's why the conflict is there. That's why people are fighting amongst each other. That's why husband and wife are fighting with each other. Because it is your version of the reality against my version of the reality. So people are polarized in right and wrong. It's my model of the world against your model of the world. So where is the truth? Everyone is true in their opinion. Everyone is right according to their own perception. So there's no way that you can see oneness. There's no way you can have a unified approach to life, is there, when you're stuck in that reality? So step one of the ascension is for you to recognize you are not that. And you can't be trapped in that. So for as long as you catch yourself doing this type of self-abusive cycle, living in this self-abusive cycle that submit yourself to be the victim of something or someone or some past experience, then you can't ascend. And the process of ascension is for you to recognize you are a sovereign human being. You are a God being. You are nothing else but a spark of the divine consciousness. And you are here to anchor the consciousness of love, the consciousness of compassion, and the consciousness of unity under the law of one. Your job is to anchor that in your reality. And when you start bringing that into your reality, you're going to start ascending. The process of ascension is a process of alchemy. So on a day-to-day basis, you've got to actually get involved in the process of alchemy to transform shit into gold, to transform your trauma into freedom, into wisdom. And there's nothing else in this world but wisdom for you to decode. Every trauma, every adversity, every challenge holds the seed of your greatest liberation, holds the seed of the greatest wisdom to help you ascend to the next dimension. So I will continue to make small segments of this video just to support and help you get through this process of ascension. But for now, listen to yourself. Be very honest about how you feel and watch. Watch your thoughts, watch your feelings. Use your body. Your body is the quantum navigator. It navigates through the jungle of chaos. Don't take any painkillers or anti-inflammatories or antidepressants or anything like that to numb your nerve. Your nervous system are God-given antenna for you to be watchful. They are little messengers, all your neurons, neurotransmitters. They are all little messengers that connects the highways within your nervous system. So don't take anything to go numb them. If you take alcohol and dope and antidepressants and anti-inflammatories and painkillers and all of that, basically you're killing those messengers. And then you don't have any messengers to tell you what's happening anymore. How can you ascend if you are taking those drugs to numb your nervous system? Because all your messengers are dead. They can't communicate with each other. So no message can go to the other side. Just remember, your DNA is biophotonic, meaning it communicates with the language of light and frequency of sound. So be very watchful and be very careful what you have put into your body and what you listen, what you're watching. Because whatever you're watching, whatever you're listening are nothing but frequencies. If you expose yourself to very negative frequencies, then your DNA is going to react to it in a negative way. So just be very watchful of what you are exposing yourself to. Okay? Step 1 of the ascension process is for you to be fully aware of where you are. And if you're stuck in a cycle of victimhood, it's impossible for you to ascend. So stop talking about it, because that kind of fake talk, it's going to be incredibly destructive for you. You are ripping yourself of the greatest opportunity for you to grow. Okay? And be very, very, very sincere. If you found that you are trapped in a state of victimhood, meaning you catch yourself holding grudges against something or someone, catching yourself complaining about something, catching yourself being ungrateful, catching yourself living in the past, trapped in your traumatic stories, catching yourself speaking of a narrative that reinforces your victim mentality. When you catch yourself doing that, this is an opportunity for you to release it so you are able to ascend. When you're trapped in there, you can't ascend. That's step 1 of the ascension, okay? So let me make a few more of these short videos to help you. But for now, you have a wonderful day and I'll see you next time. Sending you lots of love.